Hi guys, it's me Louie and welcome to a new video on Entrepreneur Campfire. Today we're going to be talking about a topic which can be quite interesting for you if you are running an e-commerce store or planning to start an e-commerce store, and that is, can AI write product descriptions for you? Whether you have an existing store or a new store, we can all agree that adding new product descriptions every time we add a new product to the store can be a pretty time-consuming task. For established e-commerce businesses which already have in-house copywriters to take care of product descriptions whenever new products are launched on their store, this shouldn't be a big problem. Whenever a new product is planned, the copywriter will already get started on the copy for that product. But what if you're a solo entrepreneur, or if you are just getting your e-commerce business off the ground and you're at the early stages where you don't really have that much money to spare? Your options are either to write it yourself, pay someone cheap to write it, or now get AI to help you a little bit along the way. So what's the AI tool that could potentially help you to write these product descriptions? And the biggest question, is it really good enough to replace your human copywriters? The AI tool that we'll be using to write these product descriptions is something known as GP-tree, or Generative Pre-trained Transformer Tree. For content creation, GP-tree is probably one of the most advanced AI tools in the market to do what it does. It's advanced in the way that when it generates content, it sounds almost like a human wrote it. But when you compare tools that are similar, we find that most of the time people could tell that a robot wrote it. Although GP-tree is not exactly the most polished state that this AI tool could be in, it has a lot of potential, especially for short-form content like product descriptions. So if all of this sounds very interesting or very exciting to you and you can't wait to get started to test out GP-tree for your own e-commerce store, I'm going to show you how you can get started. So the first thing you need to do is identify a tool which uses GP-tree to generate content. One of these tools is something called Copy AI. While it's not the only tool in the market, or I would say the best one, it's one that has received pretty good reviews across many users, and the best thing is that you can test it out yourself by starting a free 7-day trial. So why don't I get started with the free trial right now and start generating some product descriptions so you can decide if this GP-tree tool will be helpful for you. Before I get to that though, I want to just highlight that this isn't a free tool. Most GP-tree tools aren't free because these developers will need to pay OpenAI, the developer of GP-tree, some costs for using their API. So you can expect to pay some money to any AI tool that you use for generating content. However, if you generate a lot of content, I think these tools can pay off big time. In the case of Copy AI, you'll find that it's $35 a month. On this plan, you get to run their tool an unlimited number of times. So this means unlimited content. Okay? So if this sounds like a great deal for you, you need to start a free trial, see if this product works for you, and then consider if you want to jump on the paid plan. Okay? Alright, so now let's get started with the free trial. To get started with the free trial, all you need to do is click on Start Free 7-Day Trial. Okay? Select you can use your Google, Facebook, or your email address. Alright, so I'll try to sign in with my Google account. Okay, so once it has successfully loaded, we can click Start. Okay, so just let them know what you're using it for. If you're using it for work, just go for work. And if you're an e-commerce shop owner, okay, just click on that. All right, so click on next. How many people? If it's just you, click just me. Okay, done. So when you've completed all the steps, you'll find yourself in Copy AI's user dashboard. All right, so a very quick tour in this tool, you'll find that you have a lot of different tools actually on your left hand sidebar. Okay, so other than generating product descriptions, you'll find you can also generate text for your Facebook ads, Google ads, Instagram captions, and so on. Okay, so feel free to explore all these tools and test it out yourself. For the purpose of this video, we're looking at if e-commerce businesses can generate product descriptions for their businesses. We'll stick to product descriptions. All right, so it's already showing up right here right now, but if not, make sure to click on product descriptions on your sidebar. All right, so you see that you have two fields that you need to fill in. All right, so one is optional and one where you have to describe your product. Okay, so here all you have to do is key in your product, a very quick short description about your product, and let AI do the work, and then you'll see if the output matches your expectations, or if you're not happy with it, you can always come back here. All right, so let's give it a try with something simple. Okay, maybe a standing desk which has a height adjustment features. Okay, so if let's say I am a table company, okay, wood tables. Okay, so my product is a work from home table where use with height adjustment features, very ergonomic and built with environmentally friendly materials. Okay, so just something simple like that. Of course, if you have more information you can provide the AI tool, feel free to do so. The more information they have, the more accurate the output will be. Okay, so in this case, I've just added the simple two-liner. Let's have a look at what AI will come up with. All right, so click on create and wait for the AI tool to do its magic. Alright, so it says it could take up to 30 seconds, but sometimes, okay, so yep, just a few seconds, and we have some examples right here. Alright, so go scroll down and review the output that the AI tool has generated and see if it's something you could use or pure garbage you have to throw away. Alright, so the first one is the work from home table is a compact workstation featuring a gas spring that adjusts the table to 3 different heights with a touch of the foot pedal. Wow. The work surface is crafted from sustainable Danish hardwood and has an integrated cable management system, perfect for anyone looking to work online at the kitchen table. Alright, so here we can see that it's gone to it's gone into some specifics that I might need to go in and edit, but I think for something that I've created just by supplying one brand name and 2 sentences, I think the outcome is pretty good. Let's look at the second one. The wood tables is a work table with height adjustment features, making it perfect for anyone who works in an office or home setting. Its ergonomic design makes it a pleasure to use and easy on the body while still being very functional. Offered at an affordable price, this desk contains materials that are 100% biodegradable and completely recyclable. Alright, so the second one feels more general, and I probably would do a little bit less editing compared to the first one. Okay, so the idea here is that this AI tool will give you a lot of different variations based on the descriptions you've given it. Alright, so if you find that you like something, just go ahead and copy it and then paste it somewhere for further editing, or just if you already like it as it is, it's just perfect, put it into your product description straight away. Okay, so but if you're finding that when you put the information, the output comes out to be something rather unusual or isn't quite accurate, what I would say is go back here and edit some of these information that you provided, okay, and try again. Right? Sometimes, you know, it depends on the product. So if it's a product that is fairly simple, I would say most of the time tools like this would be able to generate something useful. But if it's a very new product, something pretty novel, you might struggle a little bit to use the bulk of the information generated. Okay, so but I hope that this example has given you some ideas on how these tools can help you save time. Of course, there's always limitations to any AI tool right now. As I've mentioned earlier in the video, these tools are pretty much in their infant stages, I would say. So if you're trying to generate a one paragraph, very short, maybe 4 to 5 sentences product description, or even like Instagram captions, things like that, they work okay, they work pretty well. But if you're trying to do blog copies, I do find that it gets a little bit flimsy. Okay, so for product descriptions alone, I would say you could save a lot of time using AI tools like Copy AI. But if you're thinking of doing a little bit more with these AI tools, you might just want to wait for a new version to come out. Okay, so most of these AI tools come at a price of $20 to $30 a month. Some go up to $100 a month. So it depends on what you think is affordable for a business. And do you think, you know, generating all of these product descriptions using AI would actually help you? I would say if you update your online store a lot, and there's always new products that you need to create, and your products are pretty common products that other people also sell, it's probably gonna be very valuable for you to subscribe to a tool like Copy AI to help you at least in the initial stages of creating those product descriptions. Compared to hiring a copywriter, there will be a significant amount of cost savings. On the flip side, if you're selling just a few products, maybe, you know, your inventory, your number of SKUs isn't a lot, maybe less than 100. You don't even update your inventory all that much. You know, maybe you have a few new products a month or a year. That's probably not going to be useful for you, just for the purpose of generating product descriptions. Okay, so but I would say the best way to decide if this GP tree would be useful for your particular e-commerce business is to go to a tool like Copy AI, start a trial, give it a run, and see what kind of output you get. Okay, so if you get something valuable 90% of the time, or even 70% of the time, I think, you know, that would be valuable for your business. Okay, so that's up to you. I hope that you found this very quick introduction to GP-tree tools like Copy AI useful. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Thanks. Bye bye.